What's up guys, Lewis here, and I'm back with another educational video to help you guys out with your training today. Today I'm going to be talking about the 5 most common mistakes that you're currently making with your training, and I'm going to talk you through how you can improve those so you can see much better results in the gym and see a lot of better changes to your body shape. If you're new here and you don't know who I am the owner of the Lemon Frog Fitness Company, and I've been helping people improve their confidence in the gym and helping improve their muscle tone for the last 8 years in fitness, and well, 2 years prior to that before I started this facility anyway. So yeah, around 10 years now. And I'm going to be sharing with you all the information on this channel to help you improve your training knowledge and stay safe and get awesome results. So yeah, let's dive right into it. So the first common mistake is just bouncing the exercises at both ends of the movement. As you can see, when I'm doing this during an exercise, I'm kind of taking all the tension out of my muscles because I'm using a lot of momentum to, one, get out the bottom and then come back down again at the same time. So to do this, it's just relatively easy, and I can do this for a lot more reps. Whereas what you want to do to make the exercises a lot more effective is start controlling both ends of the movement so we take out all the momentum. So what this would look like is you would come down to the bottom of the exercise, get a nice pause, and then drive up to the top, and then again come back down to the bottom. As you can see now, I've taken all momentum out of the exercise, so that means I'm just using my muscles as opposed to, like, again, using that momentum, using some bounce through my tendons and ligaments just to get in and out of the exercise. Once you start making this change to your training and you focus on getting those pauses, one, it's going to be pretty horrible because it makes the exercise 10 times harder, but also you're just going to feel your muscles working a lot more, and over time it's just going to be much more effective for you to be able to build muscle, but also stay safe in the gym as well, so you're not causing any injuries during any exercise. The second mistake you're making is not controlling the movement on the way down in any exercise. What you're doing is traveling at the same speed on the way down as you are on the way up. Now your muscles are 30% stronger on the way down, so they can go a little bit slower, take a little bit more load before coming back up to the top position. So what you want to do during every exercise is really focus on controlling that movement on the way down, ensuring the target muscles are doing the work, and then on the way up, you can do that little bit more of an explosive movement to get back to that top position. All right, to give you a little bit of a visual representation of what I mean by you can control 30% of the extra weight on the way down, what I'm going to show you is during overhead barbell press, I can do reps with like 50 kilos fairly comfortably, coming up and down. Whereas now what I'm going to show you is that I'll be able to fairly comfortably lower 65 kilos, whereas I definitely couldn't do that for actual repetitions. So this is what I mean by that your muscles are 30% stronger on the lowering phase, because this part, as you can see, I can do it pretty comfortably. Now I just need to get to that bottom bit, like so. So as you can see, what you want to start doing in your exercises is controlling that lowering phase, because your muscles are stronger. It doesn't make sense to just allow the weight to drop, because one, this isn't you doing the work, it's just gravity allowing the force to come down. So start focusing on really lowering the phase on the way down, controlling it through the muscles, and then you can be a bit more explosive on the way up. The other common mistake you're probably making is following too many influencers and doing some shitty combination exercises like this. Pairing an upper body exercise with a lower body exercise is never going to be any good for helping you build muscle. Now, the main reason this is going to hold you back from being able to build muscle and tone up is because, put it in example, I could lateral raise 10 kilos at max for a few repetitions, but that is me pushing it and struggling to get a very good technique during the exercise. Whereas I can comfortably reverse lunge 27 kilos in each hand for many repetitions without like needing a breather and stuff, right? So why would I combine the two exercises? When my legs are so much stronger and can lift over double the amount of weight for ease, why would I then combine it with an exercise that I can't lift much weight with? All I'm going to be doing is holding my legs back from being able to get enough stimulus, enough strength from what they can actually do, right? So never combine two exercises, always keep them separate, because then you're going to be able to put as much effort as you can into each exercise and just focusing on toning that area rather than trying to make some fancy bullshit exercise. The fourth common mistake you're making is you're not following a gym program. You're coming in without an idea of what you're doing for that day. Not only that, but you're not recording anything. You're not tracking how much weight you've lifted, how many reps you've done on every single set. And this is a common problem that I see, because the main thing that you need to be able to see progress in the gym is to be doing the same thing every single week and make progression on that. Whereas right now, what you're doing is you're coming in and just looking around and seeing what's available. Week 1, you come in, you might see the leg press is available. Okay, I'll go and jump on that. After you finish the leg press, again, you're scoping the gym. Oh, chest press is free. I'm gonna go jump on the chest press. And then after that, it's like, okay, seated row, let's go jump on that. And then the following week you come in, it's something completely different because you don't have a plan. You're just trying out new things, or you've seen a new workout from a new influencer that you wanna try. And then the next week you're coming in, you're trying some leg extensions, lat pull down, leg curl. There's no consistency here, so therefore there's no progress. If there's no progress, there's no muscle being increased, there's no strength being increased. So you're never actually gonna see any progress, and you're just gonna be constantly spinning your wheels. Whereas what you need to be doing is following a program every single week and recording everything. The amount of weight you've lifted, the amount of sets that you've done, the amount of reps that you've lifted that weight for. Once you start recording all this, it's gonna be so much better. So what you need to be doing is week 1 coming in, leg press, chest press, seated row. Next week, leg press, chest press, seated row. And then do you know what you do the week after that? The exact same thing. And then after that, the same. And then the same, and then the same, and then the same, and then the same. Every single week you want to be making sure that you're trying to get more repetitions or lifting heavier weight and stuff, but you want to be doing the same thing every single week for a minimum of 8 weeks. No less than that, because there's no way that you're going to be able to max out an exercise within less than 8 weeks. You're not going to see a stall in progress, right? So what you need to be doing is coming in with a set game plan every single week and follow that down to a T. And I promise, once you start doing this and you start being consistent with it and continuously following this, you'll see a huge difference in the amount of strength that you gain and the amount of muscle that you're going to build as well. And then the final common mistake you're probably making is just simply not training hard enough. When you're working out and training with weights, you can't go to the point where you're just feeling like a little bit like fatigue, like, well, maybe I should stop there. You need to be training crazy hard to the point where you're struggling to get full repetition out anymore. So what I mean by that is if you're starting to finish where you're just like starting to feel the burn in your arms or whatever exercise you're doing, and it's getting a little bit difficult to pull the weight up, and then you think, maybe I'll just probably stop around here. You're not training hard enough. The intensity that you need to train to be able to see muscle growth is just like this. When you start training like that, you'll start seeing a big difference in your training. Now, training to that intensity is going to be different from person to person. If you are a complete beginner, it's going to be pretty hard to push yourself towards that intensity. But that's kind of what you're looking for where you're like really struggling. God, my arm's actually killed now. Where you're really struggling to get that full repetition out towards the end. If your last rep looks pretty similar to your first rep, by what I mean by that is it still looks pretty, if you will, like it still looks really good and it doesn't look like the technique started to falter, then you're not training hard enough, because obviously that first rep, you're full of energy. I'm not right this moment, so I'm gonna catch my breath a little bit. You're full of energy, your muscles are fresh, whereas at the very end of it, they should be screaming, they should be struggling, and your technique probably should start to go a little bit. And I don't mean like getting ridiculously sloppy, like you're going to injure yourself and just like throwing the weight around in an exercise, but it should be stuttering. You should be looking for a way to try and force the weight up and cheat a little bit, rather than just being really, really easy. Once you start training to that sort of level of intensity, then I promise you'll start seeing much better results with your physique goals and changing your body shape. Once you address all these 5 mistakes and start improving them and running through the things that I've gone through with you today, I promise you'll start seeing a massive difference in your training. And I'm just speaking from experience. Mine's the influencer combination exercise. That isn't something I've done, but everything else, I've done all of it. I've turned up to the gym without a plan and tried shocking my muscles every single week, thinking that's going to improve it. I've tried doing like just rushing my repetitions just to try and lift heavier. Like literally, you name it, I've done mistakes, and I've seen it countless times as well. And this is why I want to put this video out there, just to help you, so you don't have to continue making these mistakes, so you don't have to waste your time in the gym, and you can start seeing faster results. And like I said, I promise you, once you start doing these 5 things, you'll see an amazing difference. But hopefully you got a lot out of this video today. I'm gonna say that again, but hopefully you got a lot out of this video today. That was a little bit clearer. And you enjoyed learning about all these tips and stuff. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more content just like this, then just make sure that you make sure you like it first. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification for the next one when it comes out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.